Hi, I'm Xuan. I will be presenting our work, CharacterMeet, supporting creative writers' entire story character construction processes through conversation with AI-powered chatbot avatars. Story characters are essential narrative elements for creative writing, defined as a composition of original text-based works such as novels, movie scripts, and interactive fiction. Character construction is made of two stages. Conceptualization, where the writer comes up with the character's attributes such as their personality and physical traits. And exposition, where the writer expresses these attributes through writing, through dialogues and descriptions. As writers have individualized writing processes, different writers might need different sources of inspiration, character dialogues, visuals, audio, etc. for different stages of character construction. To reach a broad audience, a character construction support tool thus needs to provide different sources of inspiration, personalized to writers' evolving needs throughout the entire character construction processes. Our work focuses on a possible design of the tool by asking the question, how might conversation with an AI-empowered, a large language model-powered 3D chatbot avatar in an AI-generated and artificial intelligence-generated environment inspire the entire character construction process for creative writing? We study conversation with a chatbot embodying the character for several reasons. Firstly, conversing with a character could theoretically inspire both conceptualization and exposition, potentially supporting entire character construction processes. Secondly, such an approach can be more engaging than other computational and non-computational methods. Thirdly, this approach can support different levels of control over creative processes, leading to a more widely accepted AI tool by respecting writers' varying senses of ownership. Our approach to answering our research question is to implement and study a desktop system. To do so, we first informed our design by conducting an online survey with 30 creative writers. This allowed us to identify the need for a personalizable tool to support individualized creative processes. We then implemented our system, CharacterMeet, a GPT-4 and Stable Diffusion-powered chatbot that allows the writers to gradually manifest the character by alternating between conversing with an animated 3D avatar of them and customizing their attributes, their appearance, their voice, the conversation context, and the relevant background image. We add several improvements to prior related work studying the implementation of a similar chatbot for character construction during creative writing. Firstly, unlike prior work, by introducing an original writing task, we study entire character construction processes instead of conceptualization only. Secondly, we use the latest generative AI, GPT-4, which could tackle limitations related to text generation capabilities reported in prior work. Thirdly, we add the feature to specify the conversation context, which could contribute to realism according to prior work. Fourthly, we focus on sources of inspiration beyond text. We allow the visualization of the conversation context through the text-to-image generation of a background image, and of the characters through the customization of character visual and voice. After implementing our system, we conducted a user study with 14 creative writers from diverse cultural backgrounds and with diverse creative writing experience. We intended for each writer to participate in a single experiment session as follows. Each participant was first introduced to our research goals and prompting techniques for generative AI. During a warm-up activity, they familiarized themselves with CharacterMeet's different features. They then completed a writing task inspired by character construction exercises and series. The participant wrote a response in Microsoft Word and was encouraged to obtain support from CharacterMeet. We impose no time or word limit for the writing task to observe a writing process as reflective as possible of the participant's usual writing process. After the writing task, the participant evaluated CharacterMeet through a creatively support index questionnaire and a semi-structured interview, providing both quantitative and qualitative feedback. One researcher conducted all sessions in person or remotely through video calls. After a user study, we examined thinking and usage patterns, studying qualitative data through semantic analysis. We identified 4 key findings. Firstly, CharacterMeet's features facilitated both iterative AI usage patterns and iterative character construction processes for all participants, including those who reported having more linear usual processes. Secondly, CharacterMeet supported personalized use cases across both less and more developed character construction stages, while a prior work system was deemed more suitable for early or less developed stages. Thirdly, participants had different visualization needs for the visuals and voice of a chatbot avatar for character construction. These needs include varying preferences for the art style, vagueness, and timing of visuals, and diversity in character voice options to more closely reflect characters from different backgrounds. Fourthly, CharacterMeet's capabilities were perceived as complementary to individual creative processes by aligning with varying senses of ownership, better respecting writing intent compared to tools that support co-writing only, and potentially contributing to the creation of different work types. With broader capabilities, LLMs could surpass other language models in personalizing to creative writers' individualized needs. Our findings add to the existing literature on LLM-powered creative writing support tools with 3 main novelties. Firstly, we demonstrate how a new character construction tool design studied through entire writing processes could lead to iterative usage patterns that correspond to iterative thinking patterns. Our findings also allow us to draw stronger conclusions on the preferences of writers who usually wrote more linearly but adopted iterative patterns while using an AI tool such as ours. Secondly, being the first of its kind on GPT-4, our work establishes that the latest LLM's capabilities can support entire writing processes for a variety of genres, but also of languages. While our participants are all fluent in English, they have different preferred languages for creative writing, English and Mandarin Chinese. We balance possible language barrier biases and the technical biases of generative AI by letting participants use their preferred language and switch to English for CharacterMeet if they experience inaccuracy. Participants who did not initially use English only changed the language for the Stable Diffusion-powered image generator. The lack of mentioned language-specific inaccuracy by the participants builds confidence in multicultural, multilingual LLM creative writing support studies in the near future. Thirdly, our work is the first that presents findings on user experience of an LLM-powered creative writing support tool that provides personalized visualization of a conversation with the writer's own story characters through both visuals and audio. Our finding not only reveals writers' varying preferences for their customization, providing future design insights, but also supports the complementary effects of visuals and audio to thinking patterns during iterative creative writing processes. This highlights the necessity of personalizable visuals and audio features for similar tools. Our key design implications are that studies on similar creative writing support tools should cover entire writing processes. Those tools should support but not enforce iterative processes, and they should support various features that facilitate information tracking and customization of different sources of inspiration. In summary, our key contributions are as follows. Firstly, we described the first user study on conversation with chatbot avatars, embodying story characters, for supporting the entire character construction process in creative writing, along with the writing task created specifically for user studies focused on entire character construction processes. Secondly, we introduced CharacterMeet, a chatbot avatar that can support writers' entire character construction processes by personalizing to their various thinking and usage patterns. Thirdly, we present qualitative and quantitative feedback from creative writers with diverse backgrounds that contributes to both personalized AI creativity support tool design and iterative creative process research. Thank you for listening to this presentation.